Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Pratasmaran Hridi Samskuradatmatattva Satchit Sukham Paramahamsa Gatim Vijayam Yat Swapna Jagara Sushupti Avaiti Nityam Tadbrahma Nishkalam Aham Nacha Bhuta Sangaha. Brahmanandam Paramasukhatam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadirachyam Ekam Nityam Vimalam Achalam Sarvadhi Sakshibodam Bhavaditam Trigunarehitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Yesterday I was sharing with friends in London. This particular portion, he guided to this particular portion. At that time, we had no idea what we were going to share. Gandhiji was on a tour to Kerala, South Kerala now, from a place called Haripar. He gave this speech. At this meeting, I would love to detain you for a few minutes on the message of Hinduism I gave to the meeting in Koilon last night. I ventured at the meeting to say that the whole of Hinduism can be summed up in the first verse of Ishopanishad. The whole of Hinduism could be summed up. I suggested then that if all other Hindu scriptures happen to be reduced to ashes and to go out of the memory of men, and if only that one verse were able to abide with us, the destruction would be no loss. Hinduism would even then remain with us. The original Sanskrit of the mantra is perhaps as easy as anybody learning Sanskrit could possibly think. This Upanishad enjoys the reputation of being part of the original Vedas. It is the shortest Upanishad known to us, but as I have said, if we had only the first verse of the Upanishad remaining with us, it would be enough to supply all our wants. Let me repeat the mantra in my faulty Sanskrit pronunciation. Ishavashyamidam sarvam yatkinjya jagatyam jagate tena tyaktena bunjita magruda kasya siddhanam. Those who know a little bit of Sanskrit will find that there is nothing abstruse there that you find in other Vedic mantras. And its meaning is simply this: all that there is in the universe, great and small, including the tiniest atom, is pervaded by God, known as Creator or Lord. Isha means the ruler. And he who is the Creator naturally by very right becomes the ruler too. And here in this verse, the seer has chosen no other epithet for the deity but that of the ruler. And he has expected nothing from his jurisdiction. He says, everything that we see is pervaded by the deity. And from that, naturally, the other part of the mantra follow. Thus he says, renounce everything. Here the renunciation is totally different from what we all understand. Renounce everything, that is everything that is in the universe, the whole of the universe, and not only the tiny globe of ours, renounce it. He asks us to renounce it as we are such insignificant atoms that if we had any idea of possession, it would seem ludicrous. And then the Rishi says, the reward of renunciation is bunjita, enjoyment of all you need. But there is a meaning about the word enjoy. You might as well say you eat, etc. But it means that you may not take more than what is necessary for your growth. Therefore, this enjoyment or use is limited by two conditions. One is the act of renunciation, or as the author of the Bhagavad would say, enjoy in the spirit of Krishnarpanamastu Sarvam. And every day, this is important. You have never heard anything like this. Every day in the morning, everyone who believes in Bhagavata Dharma has to dedicate, here renunciation means dedicate. Dedicate his thoughts, words and deeds to Krishna. And not until he has performed the daily act of renunciation or dedication has he the right of touching anything or drinking even a cup of water. We all say that everything has been provided to us by God. But we have not felt it now. Because we did not bring anything. Either through his creation, in the form of nature and society, or in the form of life force to enjoy it, possess it. These two are given by him only. Not only he has given me the sense of individuality and the life force, but he has also, prior to my coming, set up the stage everything here. And through his creation, Mother Nature and society, has made everything available to me. So everything is his. That dedication, that is called renunciation here. We don't have to struggle our mind to interpret renunciation of leaving everything, going away. No. This is wonderful. Every day in the morning, everyone who believes in Bhagavata Dharma has to dedicate his thoughts, words and deeds to Krishna, the indwelt of which an word. And not until he has performed the daily act of renunciation or dedication has he the right of touching anything or drinking even a cup of water. And when a man has performed that act of renunciation or dedication, he derives from that act the right of eating, drinking, clothing, housing himself to the extent necessary for his daily life. Therefore, take it as you like, either in the sense that the enjoyment or use is the reward of renunciation, or that the renunciation is the condition of enjoyment. Renunciation is essential for our very existence, for our very soul. And as if that condition given in the mantra was incomplete, Rishi hastened to complete it by adding, do not covet what belongs to another. Now I suggest to you that the whole of the philosophy or religion found in any part of the world is contained in this mantra, and it excludes everything contrary to it. According to the canons of interpretation, anything that is inconsistent with Shruti, and the Ishopanishad is the Shruti, is to be rejected altogether. Latterly, I have been endeavoring to describe to vast assemblage of men and women. I have addressed what I regard as the essence of Hinduism, and I have been suggesting to them one incredibly simple mantra of the Ishopanishad. And as you know, this is one of the Upanishads that enjoy the sanctity of the Vedas. The very first verse of the Ishopanishad means simply this: God pervades everything that is to be found in this universe, down to the tiniest atom. The mantra describes God as the creator, the ruler, the Lord. The seer to whom this mantra or verse was revealed was not satisfied with the magnificent statement that God was to be found everywhere. He went further and said, since God pervades everything, nothing belongs to you. Not even your own body. God is the undisputed, unchallengeable master of everything you possess. And so when a person who calls himself a Hindu goes through the process of regeneration or a second birth, as Christians would call it, he has to perform a dedication or renunciation of all that he has in ignorance called his own property. And then when he has performed this act of dedication or renunciation, he is told that he will win a reward in the shape of God, taking good care of what he will require for food, clothing, housing. And that's some testimony, You don't have to go anywhere else. Therefore, the condition of enjoyment or use of the necessaries of life is their dedication or renunciation. And the dedication or renunciation has got to be done from day to day, lest we may, in this busy world, forget the central fact of life. And to crown all, the seer says, covet not anybody's riches. I suggest to you that the truth that is embedded in this very short mantra is calculated to satisfy the highest cravings of every human being, whether they have reference to this world or to the next. I have, in my search of the scriptures of the world, found nothing to add to this mantra. Looking upon all the little I have read of the scriptures, it is precious little, I confess. I feel that everything good in all scriptures is derived from this mantra. If it is universal brotherhood, not only brotherhood of all human beings, but of all living beings, I find it in this mantra. If it is unshakable faith in the Lord and Master, and all the adjectives you can think of, I find it in this mantra. If it is the idea of complete surrender to God, and of the faith that He will supply all that I need, then again I say, I find it in this mantra. Since He pervades every fiber of my being and all of you, I derive from it the doctrine of equality of all creatures on earth, and it should satisfy the craving of all philosophical communists. This mantra tells me that I cannot hold as mine anything that belongs to God. And if my life and that of all who believe in this mantra has to be a life of perfect dedication, it follows that it will have to be a life of continual service of our fellow creatures. This, I say, is my faith, and should be the faith of all who call themselves Hindus. Spirituality, it is taken, Kashayamani, condensed and given in a capsule. Sarvam Krishna Pranamasti.
Early morning,
The first job, and we must feel it, it should not become a ritual. You have provided from the tiniest to the grossest. It is the truth I now realize. I did not bring anything. You provided it to me through His creation. And what right have I? So far still, I have been having it. So I am dedicating everything to Him. Please erase from my mind this mindness. And then only we have the right to touch, right to do anything. Field is provided, brush is provided, paste is provided, wash basin is provided, water is provided, tap is provided, soap is provided, shower is provided, dress is provided, food is provided, chappal is provided, like that, Knowledge is provided. I remember when I came, I did not know the alphabets. You taught me. Prior to my coming, you have set up everything so beautifully. Teaching profession, cooking profession, everything, you have laid out. Not only the raw materials for food, the process of food making. What is it that I can claim? Still I feel it is mine. Please remove this. Everything is yours. Aapka. And this is a beautiful definition of renunciation. Simple. Dedication is called renunciation. If it is 100% sincere, the very word dedication stands for renunciation. Renunciation means absence of ownership. But whether this bhavana develops, all are leading, but Ishavasya Upanishad, the bhavana, Ishavashyamitam sarvam yatyindya jagatyam jagad yena tyaktena bujjitaha ma kritakasyatisvanam. He is a great, Prabhupada, one quotation, he is the great provider, and he who trusts him is never lost. Of course, to develop that trust, it may take time, but this we can definitely practice. As Mataji said, when I touch everything, you have come in this form, you have come in this form. Pujya Swami also said, when I drink, drinking is also he, like that. So this is a method everybody tried. And it's simple form, very simple, not complicated at all. This will lead to nothing is irrelevant, nothing is unimportant, nothing is insignificant. This leads us to the expansion of love purpose. This helps us to view it from the universal angle, not from the individual angle. Anything, when they come from the office to sign for the check, and when they sign the voucher, what all system you have developed? First you brought a currency, and then when the currency comes, how to distribute. Then the theory was named as economics. Because when you were taught economics, this is the first definition. Economics is a social science which teaches us to earn and spend money. It explains us. That is a science. We may think that everything is rounded to currency. No. Currency by itself has no value. If commodities are not there, if producer is not there, if trader is not there, if consumer is not there. Suddenly I realized. So he has made so many things in detail, set up everything. All that we have to do is to remember it. We never think about the originator. genesis. So Gandhiji is, in a simple word, showing us. Even your thought exists because of the language. And the language was given to us by him. Only with that language you labeled all the objects. So today for 10 minutes we will try of getting it stamped in our heart.